Okay, so good morning everyone, or good evening, depending on where you are located. We are very, very excited to be here today with this live webinar. This is the first time we are doing a live video broadcast to you. So we do hope everything goes well, as we trust the tools that we are now using. Everything was tested, and we hope for the best and expect so. So I just wanted to talk a bit about the release that was release 8.0 of SysAid that was launched just yesterday. Now with more than 1,000 installations already. We want to thank you for that, for the trust you're giving us by installing this release, and wish to thank you for that. SysAid 8.0 signifies a tremendous change and a major milestone in SysAid. We are now moving forward to the mobile era, and we think that this is something that we wish to grow in SysAid as well. We will demonstrate later on a few of the major release changes that we made in order for you to support your IT in mobile environment even better. We will also talk about the new models, the service passwords, password services, and the new remote control, and that together with the new UI changes and many more features we added, I think will give you a very good understanding of this really amazing release of 8.0. Just to point out, all our experts are now located in the chat, so you are more than welcome to approach us with any questions you may have during the session or afterwards. We will stay and answer all the questions. In case you missed that, that's on the right side of the page you are located at, and you will be able to log in and have all the information. So please contact us on the chat, and we will be happy to take your answers and also bring them online. That's it. Without further ado, I want to introduce you to Oded Moshe, our VP Products and IT, that will walk you through this amazing release. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Sal. I'm more than excited to be here today with all you, and I'm going to take you through this amazing release. We're going to go right into the demo. Co-piloting with me today is Sivan, our product manager, and she's on the keyboard showing us all these amazing features, so she'll go with me feature by feature. Let's go directly to the presentation. And here we go. So first up, mobile applications. SysAid is actually the first help desk software that provided mobile app for all 4 leading platforms. That means Blackberry, Android, Windows Phone 7, and iPhone. They all have apps. They're all free, available in the marketplaces, in the app stores. Go ahead, download them, use them, connect them to SysAid, whether it's on demand or a local environment, and make the best out of it. We just recently were releasing new releases for these apps as well, and the iPhone will include a push notification to make you even better available on the road. One of the most amazing things we were able to do within this release was the remote control. You can actually remote control anytime, anywhere with your mobile device, and I think the best way to do is just to jump directly into a demo that we did, and let's go ahead and see it. So here we go. Okay, so what we're seeing here is an iPad, regular iPad. Let's log into SysAid using the built-in browser, the Safari. So let's go ahead and enter SysAid. And here you see SysAid's regular UI, the help desk list. We'll pick up an urgent incident we have here from Jenny. We'll take a look at the first row. Let's zoom in real close so you can all see it. Okay, even closer, let's see. Okay, you see that She's requesting urgent assistance. Her ERP has disappeared. Okay, that's interesting. She swears the icon was there this morning. Okay, so this is one of those cases that you'll have to probably do a remote control to see what's going on, because I'm sure the ERP is still there. It's probably something to do with her local PC, and we'll just launch the remote control directly from the ticket. So SysAid is launching the remote control directly from the ticket. It's embedded within your IT support process. There's zero configuration on your side. You can support from anywhere, anytime. It's secured and from any device. We're looking at the iPad now. We'll look in a second later. We'll see the rest of the devices. So this is Jenny's computer. Here you go. And a quick look on the screen, we see that there is a missing icon for the ERP, and Jenny doesn't know how to access it. Let's just take a quick look. Under the start menu, I'm sure it's still there. There it is. Okay, it's on the top there. Let's take it and drag it and put it right in the middle of her screen so she won't miss it. For next time, there we go. You know what? Let's just rename it for her as well. Using SysAid's gestures, we can right-click. As you saw, clicking with two fingers. The top finger is the one that selects the right-click, and let's just change it to ERP so she'll know this is her ERP icon. ERP, there we go. And that's it. So we logged into her computer, we fixed her icon, and while we're here, let's just show you a few other things you can do in SysAid. You see there's some icons on the side, the remote control. Let's just click the top right icon and do a Control-Alt-Delete just to access running processes right now and services. So this, you're all familiar with this screen. We access this screen. Let's start the Task Manager just to show you that you can fully functional and reach anything. This is a real time. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in on this live performance from her computer. You can see the networking, you can see services, and so on. Okay, that's about it on the remote control from the iPad. Let's just go back to the main screen and exit this, and we'll move on to the next devices. Let's zoom out from this iPad and see right nearby some of his friends have joined us. They're all running SysAid remote control directly from the devices themselves. First up is iPhone, directly from the app. You can see you can access any computer that has a SysAid agent installed on it directly from the browser. Next up you see the Blackberry Torch running HTML5 in its browser, also supports remote control SysAid. Next up we have the Samsung Galaxy S running Android OS, and that works fine there too. Moving up the scale, this is a Motorola Zoom, also running Android with the tablet version, and you can see the remote control works there as well. And just recently we received Blackberry Playbook. This is running Blackberry OS for tablets, the Playbook, and remote control. We're testing it there. We're doing some adjustments. It's going to run there to any device that runs HTML5. We'll run the SysAid remote control. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Okay, so that was amazing, right? So here we go. Let's just summarize what we just saw now. So let's go back to the presentation. There we go. Okay, so what we saw here is we saw working on all mobile devices. We saw HTML5 supporting, and we also saw how you can activate all the functions within SysAid. What I want to do now is show you that all this is available also from within SysAid. So I'll ask Sivan to please go into SysAid. Let's just access SysAid. Here we go. Patience. Great. We'll go to something. Okay, so we're inside this server now, and let's just go to the RC tab. And within the RC tab, if you see, I'll explain a few things here. You see the method here. This is a new method which we added. The new technology allowing to browse via HTML5 and secured is the SysAid RCG. This method is available in the dropdown. You can also do direct connection just like before. What you see here below is the image of HTML5, giving you the okay that this browser specifically you're using now, Firefox 4 in this case, supports fully HTML5, so you can go ahead and perform the remote control. And without further ado, let's just press start here. And this will, again, there's an agent installed on the computer. And here we go. We're inside the computer within seconds. It's embedded within your IT process. You can see that there's full access from your browser, from anywhere. You don't have to have any admin tools installed. It works behind firewalls in any cases. And you have full access to all functionality and so on. Great. Okay. Let's just check let's just Control-Delete this computer to show you a live picture of what's going on this PC. Remember, this is one of the PCs of our users. We're looking at a live performance monitor for Windows. Okay, great. So, amazing. So I remind you all, if you have any questions, go into our chat, and our team are managing all the issues there, and I'll bring up some questions live in between the session to answer you all. Great. So next up is our amazing UI that we initiated in May. Let me tell you a few words about this new UI. We actually launched this project 1 year ago. Even more. We did a lot of study. We did research. We used external consultants. A few of us helped us with studying the behavior of users within SysAid, and we wanted to make your experience even better. We took the UI, our main UI, which is the help desk list, and we did a lot of things there, and I'm going to guide you through them all, and this makes your life much better. So let's jump directly into the demo and follow up that. Great. So here we go, the new list. As you see it on screen now, we'll move to full screen so you can see it better. So I'll take you through that. There we go. And now, the first thing you'll notice is that the icons on the top bar have disappeared. And what we did is we rearranged them within the UI. We found the best place for each one of them to appear based on the usage. You'll even see that some of them aren't visible. They'll only become visible when you need them. So as you see, the add new service request is embedded in the title, the views are on the side, and the customize also is on the side, and so on. The next thing you'll notice is the filters that were above the table are not there anymore. We embedded them within the table. That means the titles are now the filters, dynamic filters embedded. They're all there. You can customize there. You can remove them. You can add them, fully customizable. And we also added functionalities. The first thing you can do is that it's a regular drop-down that's just like before. We added search as you type within the drop-down. As you see, Sivan's typing in open. It showed both open and another status, and it's filtered. We didn't stop here. We went even further. What we did is we allowed multiple selection. Let's go to that urgency, click the multiple selection. What you see is checkboxes appeared near the values, and now you can select more than one value, save the filter, and you're there. Now, you'll see an indication that there's a filter. You can hover over the title and see the filters, or go all the way to the left, and you'll see a summary of all the filters that you're currently looking at. So that's great. That'll allow your day-to-day to be much better, and you can work there with the maximum efficiency, and it speeds up your daily tasks. Okay, let's just show you an advanced filter. The advanced filter in this case, let's just take this case. We'll take anything that's due in the next 7 days. That's a filter, one of the advanced filters you have. So there's one ticket that's due in the next 7 days. This is something you can switch back and forth and see. So if you'll see, this filter is above the list, and to edit it, you just click, or to remove it, it's even easier. Before it was 3 or 4 clicks. Now you just click to remove the filter, and you're back to normal. So again, all these things, we had a lot of study on this, and they speed up your day-to-day tremendously. Okay, let's move on. So if you'll see, next to each title there's a small disabled icon for order. You can order each field, each column. Just click, let's click title. You'll see, once you click it, it'll show you which direction it's ordered. You can click again to order the other direction, and so on. So that's the order by. It's more intuitive. You can see it, and that's great. Next thing we did was allow you to customize it even more. We took the customization even higher level, and you can customize the width of the columns. You can take the column and just drag it to the width you like. There we go. We'll just drag it to the width you like, fully customize it. It saves it on a user base. That means each user can fit it to the way he wants, the way he likes, and you can drag it narrower or wider according to your preferences. Now, you can create multiple views. and you can create a view with a nice wide view on the title and one with less. Let's just easily go from default to details, and you'll see that it's one click. Before it was three again, and you move between views. Then you can change them, and according to your best preference. Great. So now, remember I told you some of the icons disappeared. What I'll show you now is when you click one of these rows, look close, what happens? Go ahead, click the rows. You see there's a nice new menu that opens up above the list. It was hidden there, and when you select multiple rows, it appears. When you have no selection, it disappears. What you can do is easily change the priority. Let's just take these two tickets, change their priority up to high, and set that, and we're all done. So that we did a multiple action within a second. Another thing you can do, let's just select some more. Let's select three tickets. Let's say we pick up these tickets which interest us, and let's just click View. This is a new feature. Clicking View, we entered these tickets, these three tickets only. That means you can pinpoint these tickets based on list, based on search criteria, go through them, do your work, go back to the list, and you're all set to go. So this is a very good feature. It came from our, again, from discovering the behavior of you as users. Okay, we're in the form. Let's just show you. Within the form, we also added these new drop-downs, so they're all available here. You can search from within the field. The request user is a good example. During our tests, we took databases with tens of thousands of end users, and it's amazing how fast it searches and it narrows down the users. This thing alone saves like something like 10 seconds on selecting a request user. So that's easy as that. If you do want to open up the advanced select that we have with a more wider search, you're welcome just to open that drop down, and Sivan will show you. Just by going to advanced search. Clicking on advanced search will open up the advanced search with all the fields. You can still search this way, but I think the search as you type is an amazing feature which will do the job for you. Great. Okay, so all these filters are here and available. Let's go back, and I'll show you now that under Asset Management we did the same. So the Asset Management also has the new UI. It's all here and available, and we're working on widening this throughout all SysAid screens and UI. We're working hard on that. Okay, another thing we did which is related to UI is we took the messaging, SysAid messaging, which communicates between you and your end users, and we added rich text editor here. So now when you send out emails to your end user or your customers, and you enable your email account as HTML, you can just type in anything here, bold it, underline it, change the font, change the color, embed pictures, and so on, and the outgoing mail will go like that to the customer. Also, incoming emails, you can see them as well within the Messages tab. Okay, I'm sure you have a lot of questions on this. So first of all, remember that going to Online Aid, that's that small question mark on the top right. It's fully updated to 8. It's, as you see, it's got all the explanations on the new UI, on the new features. Everything's available here, and you're welcome to go there. If you still have questions, it's connected to the community. You can ask questions there, get answers there. You can search. It's all available there for you. Okay, great. So back to the next issue. So I think it's time to maybe check up on Sar. Sar, tell me. Where are you now?
We are here with Sarah Lau, VP Customer Relations. Sarah, any special preparation going on for 8.0?
In SysAid 8 we had the chance in playing with all kinds of gadgets, and my team are currently ready to support any kind of tablets that any of our customers have.
Great. What's your favorite gadget?
Mine is iPad, of course. For me and all of my family, we are hooked to those things. This has really changed my life because it's able me to provide support and be online during all hours. And most of my beta posts have been done from my iPhone exactly.
What do you think about 8.0?
I think that the 8.0 really helps you to provide support from anywhere, at any time, whenever, wherever. And I think this is a really step up in providing good support.
You are famous in the newsletter tips you're giving every month. Any special tip today?
I think that the best tip I can give, probably my best tip ever, is to wait what Noah Kaufman has to say from sales, because I really think it's going to change everybody's life.
Sounds very promising. We'll be back with more news about this later. Back to you, Odette.
Okay, that was great to see how customer relations are getting ready for next release 8. That's very, very amazing, and I'm very anticipating that tip from Sarah. So we'll get that later on. Okay, we have any questions? Let me see. Okay, we do have a question. We have a question from our on-demand customers. They're asking when will the on-demand be upgraded? So the answer is this coming Sunday or this coming weekend we're going to do the upgrade. Come back Monday morning to the office and you're upgraded and you'll enjoy all the new features of 8.0. So stay patient, you'll get it right next week. Okay, so next up is our exciting new module, password services. Now let me tell you a few things about this. This is actually a trend going on recently. The self-service actions are something that we need to increase, and we need to make the most out of these, because when you enable self-service, that means you work less and your users get more quicker and better quality. So password services give you two main things. Your end users can self-reset their password and they can self-unlock their account on their own without the need to access a IT team. That means 24/7 and all that with the full security in place, fully complying with your LDAP policies. You can customize the questions, the settings, everything. That means your security guys will be happy with this setup. We actually did a nice job with an external security company that audited us on this and checked the way we implemented it, and in their eyes we got their blessing that it fully covers all security needs any one of you could need. So let's jump directly into the demo. Sivan will take us into SysAid and we'll go from there. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go to the end user portal, and let's just go to full screen so you can see that you make the best out of that. Great. What we're seeing now is the end user portal. Once you enable it, has a new icon for end user for self-service portal on the, for password services on the bottom there. And once you click it, you have the two options based on what you enabled: unlocking accounts and resetting passwords. We're going to take you through one of the scenarios on resetting a password. In this case, we have Tim Smith, which wants to reset his password. He needs to access this either from one of his colleagues' computers or in guest mode from a mobile device. He just accesses it. We'll see later the options. So once he launches this wizard, all he does is enters his credentials, his email, his account name, and then he'll go, according to what you set up, he'll go to this next step, which he needs to enter his questions. So he has some security questions he answered based on what you set it, and what you see next is the CAPTCHA that you can enable it or disable it based on what you decide in your policy, and of course he can refresh it if it's not readable. We chose, by the way, we chose something that's quite easy to use but yet enough complex regarding security. Moving to the next step, this user now can choose his new password. And as he types, SysAid is checking against policies, LDAP policies, telling him if the minimum length is okay, if the complexity is okay, if the password is written correctly in both places. Once you're okay, you can go to the last step, which is actually resetting the password. There, we're good to go. Let's try type it again. Take your time. There, now we've got a green light on the password correct, and we're done. So let's just close that pop-up from Firefox, and we're all good to go. The user, within seconds, was able to reset his password, and without the need for IT. The only thing the user needs to do in this case is sign up, because those questions were answered, were created by the user. So part of the process of implementing the new password services model is sending a sign-up process. Let's just go into the change your settings. The user enters here, and he needs to answer these questions based on the questions you entered. We'll see that in a second. He'll enter his security answers here, and also he can enter his text message number and secondary email based on the process that we have set up for password services. Okay, let's go to the admin and show you a bit about how we set up, because there's a nice line of settings in this. So under password services, once you have this module enabled, you'll see the first thing you'll see is that you can decide which features to enable. The main features on the bottom are the unlocking and the reset, and also you'll see in the middle of the screen you have a script with an image where you can take this, copy it, paste it, put it in your website, in your portal, wherever you want, which is available to your end users or customers, and they can access this directly without going through the end user portal. Okay, next up are the security questions. SysAid comes with a built-in set of questions based on best practices. And this, again, security consultants gave us the questions we should use. We recommend to use these. You can decide to disable some of them if you don't like them, if you want to make harder questions, or add your own, of course, customized questions. We're fully customizable here. Next up, we'll go to the settings. Under the settings, what we demonstrated was the user changing his password. Now, when a user changes password, there's no sending by SMS or by email because he changes it on the spot. If we choose that the password is delivered by email, you can see here that SysAid creates a temporary password for that user, sends it to him, in this case by email, to his secondary email because his primary email is probably blocked as well because his password is not available. You can set the timeout for this expiry so you don't have a password changed with that password available in the email out there. And you can also define the number of invalid attempts. That means if one of your end users is trying to guess one of his colleagues' favorite colors after 3 guesses in this case, or 5 guesses, whatever it's set up to, it'll block this service for this account for 20 minutes in this case, or 30 minutes in this case. Okay, some more things we can do here is, like I said before, customize the policies. If you want CAPTCHA displayed, you just check it. If not, you disable it. And, of course, what I said before, enabling access to password without being logged in, guest mode. That means that anybody can access it. If you're happy with your network, that's okay. If you want only through authorized computers to do it, then you can just leave this unchecked. And below you can see that we can fully customize the image. If you decide to implement or embed the image within your portal or website, then you can change it and upload your own image. Under security questions, we have more advanced issues like the number of security questions that appear for the end user and the minimum length for answers. Great. Okay, let's just move and see. Okay, this is something very interesting here. You can, if you don't feel comfortable with what's going on, and you want even more security policies on everything that happens, the first thing you can do is set up that every single action that is done, if it's unlocking an account or resetting a password, you can have SysAid open up an automatic service request for you with all the details you decide. You can enter the category, the text. You can even set it as closed status so you won't have to deal with it. That's great for reports. Great for statistics. You'll see every month that passes how many users did it on their own, and it'll be part of your service you provide. The next thing you can do is, if you go back, you can decide to send emails or insert service requests. Let's just go back to the notification menu. Great, so we can see that you don't have to do it for all your users. You can decide that if a specific group of users, if it's your management team or a specific location performs a specific action, you can decide just then launch me an SMS, launch me an email, and you'll feel even more comfortable there. Great, great, great. And the last thing I'm going to show you is the audit logs. Every single thing done here is fully audited. You can have reports on this. You can order it. You can see questions that were answered, problems that were set up, and so on. Last thing I'm going to show you here is the reports. So SysAid comes with a set of reports for the password services. The first set of reports cover activity, all the activity done, if it's passwords reset today, yesterday, last month, and so on. And the second set of reports are reports on the enrollment process, the sign-up process. You can follow up your users and see how many of them signed up, and so on. Okay, so I want to guide you through something neat we set up, our ROI calculator, return on investment calculator, for this module, because again, it saves you a lot of money. If you go to our website, elian.com, under the feature page, you should be able to see right here, under the feature page, you should be able to see that you'll find the password services here. Within that, you'll find a nice explanation. And if you'll go to the ROI calculator, let's just take a look. You'll see in the ROI calculator, we built something amazing here. You can just enter the number of your employees here, and let's just take a round, nice number, 100 employees, based on averages, based on best practices. This gives you a detailed analysis of what this will save you per year. So with just 100 employees, you got over $1,500 saving just by using password services. Just to show you, if you jump up to 500 employees, let's just take a little bit larger company from scale. Let's just change it to 500, Sivan, great. So, changing it to 500 gives us even more savings. You can all see that saving, nice saving there. So go show that to your managers, show the CFO, CEO, and you'll get their blessing in seconds. Okay, so You're all invited to ask questions in the chat, and I'm sure you have lots of questions on password services, and feel free to ask them. We'll be answering them online, and I'll be taking some questions as well. And I think we'll check up with Sal again. Sal, where are you now?
Let's meet Ilana Katzor, one of our marketing writers. You've been a part of the marketing team working on this new IT on the Go video. Tell us a bit about the creative process.
Well, it's the third clip we've done with Joe, the IT guy, and it's pretty amazing. He has almost over 100,000 viewers at this point. I think the reason people love Joe so much is because he's just a really relatable guy, down to earth, trying to do his job, keep his boss happy and his users pleased. In every clip we try to show Joe's techie side as well as something about his life. This time there's a hint of office romance. We work closely with the illustrator on every detail, the gadgets, t-shirts, office environment, every detail counts.
You also took an active part in this movie, right?
I actually played the voice of Jenny and the Starbucks coffee server, switching my voice from a straight-laced businesswoman for Jenny to a heavy accented New Yorker barista was fun and challenging.
So, what is Joe up to this time?
The video features Joe on the go and the value of going mobile with SysAid's mobile app. You'll see how being able to manage IT while you're on the go really does maximize efficiency and changes the entire forefront of help desk management.
Excellent. Okay, so stay tuned. We will show this movie later on. Back to you, Odette.
Okay, that was great, Sal, and I'm waiting to see that Joe movie later on. So let's just check a bit for Q&A. We got a lot of questions coming in the chat, and let's just bring some up here.
Okay, let me limit that. So just a few questions. One of them is about remote control. Is that available also on the Pro and the Enterprise edition?
Okay, so great question. The remote control is available in all editions. It's available. You can use it. You got one channel included there to use the remote control with the embedded HTML5 and of course the previous method. So it's again available for free on the mobile apps as well. So go ahead and fully enjoy that.
One additional question to that is about the concurrent channel. If you can explain what that stands for.
Yes, concurrent channels is something that SysAid in RCG enables actually the ability to stream through HTML5, browsers on mobile devices. It's a new component, a new technology we added to SysAid. It's on top of the existing technology SysAid has for remote control. SysAid comes with one channel for concurrent use, which you can all enjoy. And if again you need more channels, you can contact us to add channels, and you can set up also an environment for multi-locations. It's a very robust technology which allows you to fully fit your needs. So contact us if you need more channels.
Okay, and the last one is I want to let you continue is about the reset password and its availability in terms of the additions regarding the Pro.
Okay, so the password services is available both in Pro and Enterprise Edition, also Pro Plus. You can go ahead and contact us to get it. Great. Okay, so back to you, Sivan. Let's go to see what's next. What's next? Okay, amazing. Discovery services. We added a new technology for discovery services, the WMI. This is a Microsoft technology which allows you to do asset management discovery agentless. SysAid now has the capability to do this. It allows you to fully discover your network. You'll discover all those Windows operating systems, the softwares, the hardware, the inventory, and so on. This will actually be launched as soon as you upgrade to 8. This wizard will be launched, and I think we're going to just take you through it right now. So Sivan will take us directly to SysAid, and we'll go and launch this manually from the asset management page, network discovery page. Great. So there we go. Let's just switch to full screen so you'll get a good view of that. Perfect. So what we see actually here is the network discovery which will pop up. Let's just take this test lab, which is one of our domains. We have a very rich environment for a lab, and enter your administrative credentials here and you're good to go. Just launch the wizard, and what you'll see now, what SysAid server is actually doing now is launching this WMI queries over the network. It's a quick scan. The first thing it'll do is identify which computers are within the domain. That takes a few seconds, and as soon as that launches, what it will do is listed on the top. You'll see right now it's searching for those numbers, and as soon as it finds it, it's gonna start scanning those computers. Here we go. So we have 31 computers detected, and now it's going one by one, detecting them, adding them to SysAid, Wmi with a full scan, and this takes a matter of minutes, depending on your size of your network, matter of minutes to run, and you're all good to go with full inventory management. We'll just, while this runs, we'll just skip to the asset list. And we'll see the asset list. Before we had only agents and SNMP assets. Right now it's adding all the Wmi assets that SysAid is discovering, and I think we'll just wait to pick up one of those nice ones. Let's go to that 2008 64-bit computer. There we are. So as you see here, all the information is available. You have the operating system, you have the CPU, memory, all the information the agent collects. Wmi also knows how to collect. And let's just go to that hardware tab. Under the hardware tab, you'll see all the detailed information, including free space. Everything comes back from these computers, and that way your asset management, you get a full, complete picture of your asset management. And underneath that software tab, you'll find all the softwares installed in all your networks. So if you haven't been using asset management until now, go ahead and perform a quick scan. You'll get the most out of this, and your IT processes will be fully up and running based on the way you need to run. Make sure you know those software that your users are running, you know the hardware they're running on, and so on. Let me just show you the information tab. All the way to the bottom, you'll see the source. So the source for this is, I hope you can see that way on the bottom, the source is Wmi in this case, and you can update it directly from here to an agent. That means simply clicking this will put an agent on that machine. SysAid will know how to embed both Wmi and agent asset. You'll have only one asset, and you'll get much more features out of that agent, because that agent will allow you remote controlling, it will allow you broadcasting messages, it will allow you all the nice things those the agent gives you. Okay, so I think what we'll do now is make sure that you all know you're getting the most out of the asset management, and we'll switch. I think maybe it's time to check back with Sal to see what's going on. Just before we do that, let me just I think we'll switch back to Sal. So Sal, where are you now?
Okay, so I'm with Asaf, our VP R&D. Hi Asaf.
Hi Sal.
Tell us a bit about the development process.
Okay, so SysAid 8.0 had 2 new modules and nearly 100 new features. We have to reinforce our QA team, and we also had to hire new developers to make sure that we could meet the deadline of this huge release.
What is the biggest challenge in making 8.0 on time?
The fact that Internet Explorer, Firefox and Chrome released new versions recently created for us a big challenge, and as we had to adapt SysAid to the new browsers.
Right. Okay, what is your favorite feature in 8.0?
I think that remote control is an excellent capability, but our new module, Password Services, is a great module, as SysAid already had all the information about end users and assets, and it's just the logical next step to offer this service.
Right. Okay, with 8.0 being this mobile edition of SysAid and all the devices that were tested here, what is your favorite mobile device?
Okay, so I'm a loyal iPhone fan. I've been since day one. Speaking about mobile, there will be a lot of major developments in this area. Stay tuned.
Great. Okay, we will sure keep you updated with that. Back to you, Dad.
Okay, so great stuff from R&D, and Asaf, you had a great, huge challenge there with all those browsers coming out just when we were about to release, but I'm sure you were up to date, and you're still working on adjusting the final adjustments there, so great on that. So I think we'll check for Q&A now. So Sal, do we have any questions?
Yeah, sure. 2 questions. One is in regards to the reset password. Is the reset password actually doing that on the Active Directory or in SysAid database?
Okay, great question. Yes, SysAid, we connect directly to the Active Directory, and we do that directly there. It's nothing to do with the SysAid database and SysAid users. This is for your end users, which can access your network. Nothing to do with SysAid, so it connects directly to the Active Directory. Sure.
Excellent. And in regards to the reset password, once again, there is a lot of questions and a lot of interest on these two new great models.
Sure, go ahead.
Someone is asking if he's going to a colleague computer that is connected with SSO, single sign-on, will he still be able to reset his own password?
Sure, that's the idea. If you want a more secure environment, that's even better because you know exactly from which computer this guy, this colleague of yours assisted you. So if you just come and you're locked out, you just go to your colleague, he just goes to the end user portal, and if in our demo it was Tim, he can go to Jenny, and Jenny just is logged in but is performing the reset password for Tim. So that's all set up.
Excellent. Thank you, Oded.
Okay, so let's continue with the presentation. We're more than halfway through. I hope you're all still in place and ready for the next phases. So, IT Benchmark. What we did in IT Benchmark was we added new measurements based on your requests, an asset versus admin ratio, just to see how many PCs and issues you are dealing with. And let's just take a look at the IT Benchmark. Go ahead, Sivan, and take us to IT Benchmark. For those of you who don't know IT Benchmark, go ahead and choose it. It's available in all editions. It gives you a great insight on what's going on in your environment comparing to your current and past activities, and also gives you a nice picture of what's going on compared to the rest of the world. That means you'll be able to see where you stand compared to everyone else and where the trends are going, and you can show it to your management. They'll be glad to show you that you're up to date in what's going on in the world of measurements here in this case. So we added this. Next up, SLA. Our SLA module, we added the option to create a complex measurement, which is cross-agreement. So those of you who have the module can go ahead and just create those measurements that go through all the agreements on performance. Those of you who are not, I remind you that our secondary activation license, which is available until the end of June, will allow you to check out all these new modules and features, and you can go ahead and test them out. Okay, next up, just back to the presentation. There we go. Next up is the knowledge base. What we did in the knowledge base is we added the ability to track what's going on. You have all those nice articles up and available for your end users and your admins. You can see we added the fact that you can track the number of views. That means you can check all those articles which are the top articles that are viewed, the ones that aren't viewed. You can remove the ones that aren't in use and enhance the ones that are viewed a lot. So this also is available under reports. You can go to reports and run these reports and check on a weekly basis which one of those articles are in use. Okay, next up in the slide, our ITIL and CMDB have been upgraded. Let's just take a look for those who aren't familiar with our ITIL pack. So under ITIL pack, if we'll just pick up a change, what we did is we allowed you to embed an automatic process which includes the request users manager within the process. That means if you need approval from your request users manager for anything, you don't have to go and set up different templates. You can automatically enter him as the assigned to. He'll either be notified or be part of the process, and that's a tremendous move in the direction of full automation. Okay, back to the slide. Our CMDB, those of you who are using it, we added the option to see different layers of data within that CMDB. That means you can see all layers or specific layers based on what you're investigating. For those of you who have complex environments and you want to narrow down the number of elements you see on screen, that's a great way to do that. Okay, last on this slide is the calendar and integration. So what we did is, first of all, we added a new technology for SysAid email integration, OWA. You can now implement OWA as a protocol for sending out, for receiving emails. It'll work for all those who want to work over the internet and so on. And the calendar, let's just bring up the calendar. What we did with SysAid Calendar, again, this is available in all editions, we added the direct link from within the event to the ticket itself. You can see, you can just click the link, and it'll open up that specific ticket, and you can see all the details. And this link is also available within your Outlook. That means when this is synced to your Outlook, again, you can sync this via OWA, then you will see in your Outlook, and that link will work there too. And just to go to the calendar settings, some of you asked that to be able to not remove the closed class service request from the calendar. So if you just tick this, you can make sure that all those closed class tickets are up and running there. Okay, so I think it's time to check back with Sarah again. So can you tell us, Sarah, where are you now?
Okay, I'm with Noah Kaufman from our sales team, and I understood you have big news for us.
Big, more like huge.
Okay, do tell.
You know that SysAid 8.0 is our mobile version. It's optimized not just for all mobile platforms, but also for tablets.
Right, administrator can now solve issues on the go, anytime, anywhere.
You got it. So, to celebrate this amazing offering, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you order SysAid 8.0 before June 30th, you'll be entered into a raffle.
Excellent. And the prizes?
An iPad 2 for every member of the IT team. That means for every admin license you order, you will receive an iPad 2 from SysAid.
Excellent. That sounds amazing. What about existing customers?
If they purchase any of the new modules, they'll also be entered into the raffle.
Someone is feeling generous in sales today. Back to you, Odette.
Okay, wow, that's amazing. So I wonder if I can sign up to that raffle. Probably not. Anyway, so let's just check again with Sarah, any Q&A from that? I think we're going crazy in the chat there. A lot of questions there, right?
Yes, they have many questions, but feel free to continue with that. No problem. Our experts are ready for you, and we'll take all your questions. One of the questions is in regards to a situation where I do have agents deployed, and I'm running the Wmi Scan. Will I have duplicates for that? I think that's worth clarification.
Okay, yeah, I mentioned that, but I'll say that again. So SysAid knows how to identify these assets uniquely, whether they're identified in Wmi or agent. Don't worry, no duplicates. The agent, if you deploy the agent, it'll just replace the Wmi, and you'll fully up to date there. So no worry on that. Next question.
Okay, great. And the other things worth clarification, we had it for a few, is the differences between the Wmi Scan and the agent.
Okay, great. So although Wmi gives you a lot of nice features and ability to query your computers, our agent does much more. It's available to extract more information, deeper information, monitoring live events that happen on your computer. It can detect and launch notifications. So the agent will give you much more. Wmi will help you get started, but you'll move to agent, and then you'll be fully equipped with all SysAid's features.
Excellent. Thank you, Odette.
Great. Okay, so I think it's about time to see Joe. And by the way, this is the third series of Joe. We had 1 and 2. The first one was introduction, then we had the ITIL pack. And this one is actually, I think, my favorite. So let's go ahead and see Joe. So enjoy.
Buddy, in this short clip, you will learn about how SysAid can help you while you're on the go. We will show you how IT administrators resolve service requests using SysAid Mobile on all smartphones seamlessly and efficiently. Meet Joe. Joe is an experienced IT administrator at GNS. He's been using SysAid to manage his IT tasks. Already new service requests? Why so early? Joe wants to handle the service requests. They're all urgent, and he hasn't headed to the office yet. Unable to resolve them all simultaneously, he calls 3 colleagues for help. Each has a different mobile device. Luckily, SysAid runs on mobiles. All mobiles. Joe configured his SysAid to send him a push notification if a service request is flagged as urgent. Joe opens the first service request. The Exchange server is running low on free space. Tom gets a service request. SysAid monitoring notified him that the Exchange server is running low on free space.
Hi Joe, just got your service request. Don't worry about it, I'll handle this.
Tom opens his Blackberry. He performs a remote control to the Exchange server from his Blackberry and restarts the service and deletes the temporary files.
Mission accomplished.
Back to Joe's service requests. This time, Jenny needs help. She sent an urgent service request saying,
I got a scary document recovery notification. I don't know what to do. I've been working on this document for so long, and I'm afraid to lose my last changes. Please help.
Derek, Joe's colleague, is on his way to an IT conference when he gets the service request. He confirms to Joe that he'll solve Jenny's incident. Hi, Jenny, it's Derek. Joe asked me to help you out.
Hi, thank God you called. Listen, you have to help me out. I'm so afraid I lost a document.
I'll remote control your PC. You'll get a confirmation message on your screen. Just press OK, and I'll take it from there. Using SysAid's mobile app, Derek accesses Jenny's PC from his Android. He sees that the file is corrupt. He managed to track a previous version from the restore point. Hi, Jenny. It's me. Is this 22-page doc yours? Are these your last changes?
Almost. All I changed was the date. The rest is here.
So here it is, saved from 20 minutes ago.
Wow, you saved my doc and possibly my job. I've been working on it for weeks. Thanks, Derek. Good morning. What would you like to order?
Espresso, please. You know what? Make that a double espresso. Thanks. Have a nice day.
Joe gets another text message.
Oh, no! I totally forgot about that!
The recurring notification indicated that Joe needs to perform server maintenance at GNS's remote company site.
2 down, 1 more to go. I wonder what's in the last service request.
Stephen, the CFO at GNS, called Stephanie, his secretary, at 7 a.m., saying he can't open the presentation file for his board meeting. Stephanie opened a service request that was asking for urgent assistance.
Hi, Stephen can't open a PPTX file. Help, this is urgent.
On his way to the remote company site, Joe forwards this service request to Mr. IT.
No problem. Piece of cake.
In this case, he knows he can count on Mr. IT, the experienced no-nonsense administrator. Mr. IT answers Stephanie's urgent service request.
Save the doc as Office 2003-2007. It's that simple.
Joe gets another message, this time from Mr. IT.
Service request is closed. Not too bad for 7:37 a.m.
Using SysAid's mobile app, Joe was able to resolve all these issues on the go. Joe saved time, had his double espresso on time, and once again, saved the day.
Okay, great movie. We had the great time in producing this movie in the marketing team in here at SysAid. As you heard, we used our own voices, part of it. So it's been a great adventure. Let me thank Oded for this great presentation. Oded, thank you very much. It was an amazing ride. I think you went through all the major functionality and showed all the functionality and important functionality we have. I think it was a great thing to go through this. So once again, thank you very much for this great tour in SysAid. I do invite you all, of course, to test it out. If you didn't have the chance to upgrade yet to 8.0, you will find it with many more functionalities, as I did mention. That's only a fraction of the things we did in SysAid 8.0, and I hope you will find it enjoyable as we did while producing it, while developing it. We are staying online for all of your questions. We will not leave until last questions will be answered. We have tremendous pressure here under the chat, so please bear patient with us as we take your questions. I invite you once again to participate in our iPad raffle. Oded mentioned he wants one, although Oded, as I know, you're using the Zoom, so no worries. He is happy with that. But I'm sure your IT department will be extremely happy with everyone getting a new iPad 2. So Please make sure either if you're a new customer to participate and purchase before June 30th, or if you are upgrading with the new modules, to mention that. So be sure to take this great offering. That's it. As I said, we are waiting for you on the chat. Thank you very much for being here with us today, and we look forward to our next webinar. Thank you.